eating dinner at Pollo Loco. Cut my hair. Did it myself. Put some nails on. How you doing? It's raining. It never rains here. But it's raining. It's grim out there. See? Lots of gray skies. Yesterday it was really bad. I'm watching that show You because my son told me to watch it. And I don't know what. I think I'm in season 2. And Candace just came back. The episode where she has a flashback of her talking to a police officer, and the police officer tells her that there's nothing they can do. Oh, spoiler alert. So that's the part I'm on, but I think there's a whole nother season, so that should be good. There's a guy standing out there, or it's a picture. It's very weird. It's gorgeous though. I love when it rains and it looks like this. Right, can you see the hills back there? It's amazing. I've been coming to Q Nails since I was a kid. Anyways, so I have a sick cat. Hunter's doing really well, but I have to go home and give her medication. She's taking that pink stuff right now. They said it's for her liver, but something's wrong with her ears. There's yellow in them. It's so hard when you're not like, I don't know, I guess you have to be a parent to your animals. So she's been coming out of the room, and she's been hanging out with us, me and the dogs, like for the last maybe 4 or 5 days now. And we've had her for 2 years. So the dogs have not stopped barking at her. This animal is amazing to me. There was a little girl that lived next door to us before the current neighbors moved in and bought the house. And she had taken this cat in, and then her father took the cat to the Humane Society because the cat needed medication and they couldn't afford it. And so my husband had taken to the cat because they kept the cat in the garage, and my husband was always outside, or is always outside, and so he started feeding the cat, and the cat took to my husband. So one day when the little girl came over and told us my husband asked the people where the cat was because he hadn't seen it in a couple of days, and then the people told him that they took the cat to the pound, and my husband let out this yell. It was an oh no. And so like I went outside to see what happened, and he was talking in the driveway with the neighbors, and they told us that, and my husband was devastated. So he immediately went the next day to go pick up the cat. at the pound and brought her home. But before that, this cat was amazing. He came to my back door and meowed at me and got my dogs all riled up. So I tried to go outside and tried to lure him in and try to feed it. And so when my husband told me that he had been feeding him, like I had already been introduced to the cat. Like the cat came over and said hello. So then a couple of weeks later, I noticed the cat out on my boat, and it was just hanging out there. It looked like it had, like someone had made a makeshift cone for it, and it out of a Coke bottle. And the cat was miserable, and he wanted that thing off. And so he was on top of my boat, meowing at me into my window. And so I went outside and I took pictures of it and I uploaded them to Facebook, hoping that maybe the animal was lost and the owner needed to be notified. That's when I found out that the cat belonged to the neighbors. And so, because I told my husband. So that was like maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. Anyway, the cat never comes outside, but recently my husband told me that we have dog doors everywhere, but we have the dog gates that like have the little door that like snaps open, the tiny one for the little dogs. So we noticed that the cat never came outside, but sometimes he would go in my room when we were in the front room. And he would and she would lay on my bed or whatever. And so I'm really just upset that she stays in my husband's room, and so I kind of hardly ever check on her, especially now because of COVID. So my husband's always screaming at me. Well, he doesn't scream at me, but he's always, reiterating that I need to stay away from his room because of COVID, right? And so, it's just weird. Anyway, the cat's been coming out. I gotta order my food really quick. So yeah, anyway, the cat's been coming out. It's kind of nice, but I can't believe I just left her in that room for that entire time, Anyway, I'll return because I gotta order